Okay, the Lord be with you.
Also with you.
I'm going to get this started. The people that were mostly involved with the capital campaign are not feeling well and not able to be here. You should have a pink sheet close by. There's still a couple more copies. I just tried to spread them out a little bit. But these are the major points. The capital campaign is getting ready for our 200th anniversary as a congregation, which will be in the year 2025. And we just want to clean up house, make sure a couple of projects are worked on so that we can celebrate and invite in lots of wonderful people to help us celebrate in just a couple of years in 2025. So these are the major points for things that need work. Number one is removal and replacement of the 5-ton and 8-ton split cooling system and refrigeration lines. These are to be replaced by an air handling system and a condensing unit. The work has been completed. The actual or estimated cost $22,000. So that is the one of the things that's happened already. It mostly has helped the Sunday school area right across from the choir rooms. Those heating and cooling units were not working. So when you've got kids, you kind of want the temperature to be right. So that's a very important thing. The second one is also important. We've all come in here and said, boy, it feels cold because the boiler has stopped. A.J. Michaels proposes, and the council approved, that A.J. Michael replace one of the 3 existing boilers. It's going to be a high efficiency boiler, and we're going to probably do that in the fall. So we don't need to do it right away. We don't need the heat just yet. God knows, it's a hot day. The cost will be about $40,000. Masonry repair for multiple roof items. There's just lots of different things going on, and I'll just commend that to you. We have done a lot of work. We're so grateful for our people who are in charge of our property, especially Tacey McGill-Biggs has done a lot of the recon work to try to find out what needs to be done and finding people you can trust to give you an honest estimate. So we're very glad that she's done that work. And they're estimating between $55,000 and $70,000 to help with those repair items. About the roof, the masonry of the roof, and apparently that was a big issue. I was really impressed. Tacey said one of the roofers came in and said, I could do this, but it's not going to work. It's a masonry issue, and for somebody to be honest enough to say, I'm giving up work because I'm telling you what you actually need, that's really impressive. So we're very glad that she found the right people. But we do have some roof repairs, and you can see that we very wonderfully made an update to the already printed pink sheet with a white correction. The roof repairs, there's several areas that need to be reflashed and recaulked, and the cost will be about $7,000. Then we have the endowment fund that we've already borrowed some from. We've paid back all except $38,000, which is kind of amazing. It was a bit higher, a lot higher, and we've been paying it off every year. So we would like that to be covered by the capital campaign. And another thing is, this ramp right off to the side has a little bit of a metal thing that is really not ADA compliant. It's not safe that the screws do not go into the cement even correctly, so you can pull it off easily. And anybody who's used a walker or wheelchair knows that it could be much improved. And so we would like to look into that. We're going to get an estimate to see how much it costs to make sure that that's a safe entrance for somebody on the second level. Because otherwise you're stuck with coming in the first level and using elevators, and that can be problematic. So I think Joe Jaffa might have a little bit more to say. I'm not sure if he's around, but he has pledge cards. There he is. He has pledge cards. What we would like to do is we would ask members. We have 3 years, right, until 2025. We would like you to make a pledge, a 3-year pledge. So we're not saying like, here's the offering plate, put it in right now. You can spread it out. You can do a little bit every month or just save until the end, whatever works for you. But we would like to invite our congregation to make a pledge over the course of 3 years to help us with these capital campaign costs. And I'm not as good at math as others, so I can't do the math, but it's a bit of money if you add all those numbers together. And this would help get us on the right foot so that we can truly celebrate the bicentennial celebration of this congregation that's coming up. Do you want to say anything, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm going to just say, one second.
Since I invoked your name.
Yeah, exactly. All right, kids. One of my jobs here is to do the data entry for the church, and this is just a sidelight of that. All right, my glasses are steaming up with this. All right, either a C or a talk. Okay, here it is. You've seen pledge cards in the past, and our churches, let's just say we're good and bad when it comes to filling out these things. One of the problems with the previous pledge cards I used to use and still use for the, your annual regular contributions is they were too small to get all the information we needed on them. So because this is a postcard size thing, it's just a little housekeeping thing. I had to use a bigger thing, which means it won't fit into a small thing, so I have special envelopes for that. So hopefully you'll take one here, and we tried to make this, we looked online to get something that anybody could understand. So hopefully, name, address, you got that. The total pledge, the pastor had mentioned that it's a 3-year pledge, so the total pledge would be your 3-year total amount that you want to give. And then it gives you the option to say how you want to give that to the church. Is it going to be weekly, monthly, a one-time gift? And you can fill that out. And then someone graciously suggested that we give people the option of making their donation to this, to the upkeep of this church in memory or honor of someone. And so there's a line in there for that. Now, I've got some of these here you can take with you. If you decide to take it, I feel like I'm selling something, but if you decide to take one today as a bonus,
Oh, that does sound
no,
like
because people, it's hard to come here and then say I'm going to fill this out right today. When you take this, I'll put a stamp on this. So I brought the stamps. Again, these are stamps I use when I mail extra statements. So the church's stamps. Okay, so please feel free to take one of these. And what we're going to do, obviously, because of the size of the crowd here today, we're going to have to, we will eventually mail this out with a cover letter, hopefully from Bruce Parker, so that other people will have the same opportunity you have today to fill it out. Again, they're on the table over there. I'll stick around with my little stamps, and that'll be the end of that. Any questions about this pledge card?
Did you have a digital version of it, or are we just sticking with it?
Oh, God, digital version. Oh, God, help me.
That was the answer, got it.
No, that's sweet. That's so sweet. Get somebody here that knows how to do that. No,
Gotcha.
Okay, there you go.
But I think that's a really good idea. I actually tried, I'm having trouble with the camera in the worship, but I have it plugged in right now. We're going to film this and put it online with information about how people could, get that, basically how to offer a pledge. Because we would like to include people who couldn't be here. COVID is really bad right now, you guys. So that variant, and then people are very cautious, which is good. I'm wearing a mask right now, for instance, so we want to be careful. And I wanted to say, our synod has done the same kind of thing. They had a capital campaign. And I had a conversation with my husband, and it's us is like, oh, I don't know, $50. And then we said, well, wait a minute, this is it was a 3-year pledge. Like, what can we really give that represents us? And so we ended up giving many times that amount. I won't, say how much it was, but we can be bold in proclaiming Christ, and we can be bold in what we would like to offer up to the church. So I just want to commend that to you, that you have 3 years, which is very helpful. All right, so I think that's it. We're so glad people could stay for the meal. And we know that some people are not able to give right now, so don't feel like you're missing out on a free stamp. But if you can't do anything right now, just please enjoy the fellowship, enjoy the meal, and just know that we love you. Please take care of yourselves. Thank you.